Dear colleagues in Mexico, hello, buenos dias. I'm very happy that I can address you as Ifla President at your SDG Forum in Mexico, which is a cooperation between many important institutions, the National Library of Mexico, the Associations for the Libraries in Mexico, and also UNAM, the Library Network. The SDGs are a very important strategic worldwide goal. And of course, the libraries want to contribute to the SDGs. As Ifla, I would like to show you how Ifla supports that the libraries can achieve these goals. I'm very thankful to my colleague from the governing board, Jonathan Hernandez Perez, that he has invited me to give you this presentation. Now I will share my screen with you. So, Ifla takes action for libraries and for the UN Sustainable Development Goals. I'm sure, but I would like to repeat it, that you know, Ifla is the global voice of libraries, and I would say also the global voice for libraries. Ifla is the leading international body representing the interests of the library and information services and the interests of their respective users. Our headquarters is in The Hague in the Netherlands. We have distributed around the world some regional offices and language centers because Ifla has 7 working languages. Spanish is one of those, but unfortunately, I am not able to speak Spanish. I think I should learn this later. The leadership of Ifla, me as the president for 2021 until 2023, the president-elect Tonia Arachova from 2021 to 2023, and our Secretary General Gerald Leitner from Austria. So this is my presidential theme, libraries building a sustainable future. Of course, this is very much related to your topic. The governance looks like this. This is the governing board. We have 5 members at large, which were elected through the whole world, and Jonathan is one of them. Congratulations, Jonathan, that you are on the board for the 2nd time again. Yes, there he is. That's Jonathan Hernandez Perez. Ifla has 3 pillars on which their work is based. The pillar is global vision, which was finalized in 2018 in a big contribution project. Then based on the global vision, the Ifla strategy was developed also with a huge contribution of the library field of the world. The strategy is for 2019 until 2024. And this year, we finished the governance review and started a new, more effective, more inclusive governance of Ifla. So let's have a look at the Ifla strategy, because this is so important also for the Sustainable Development Goals. You can see that the Ifla strategy has 4 strategic directions: inspire, engage, enable, and connect. Let's have a look at these 4 strategic directions. Strategic direction number 1 is strengthen the global voice of libraries. Number 2, inspire and enhance professional practice. Number 3, connect and empower the library field. And number 4 is directed to Ifla itself, optimize our organization. Let's have a look at the strategic direction number 1. Strengthen the global voice of libraries. What does that mean? What is Ifla going to do? Ifla wants to listen to and understand the priorities of the whole field and amplify this message through advocating for libraries and their values on a global and regional level. Of course, there are key initiatives for action, because a strategy without action is not really useful. So the key initiatives for actions 4 of them you can see here. Show the power of libraries in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. You see, number 1, that's the Sustainable Development Goals. Then number 2, build a strong presence in international organizations and meetings as valued partner. Strategic direction number 4, key initiative number 4 is shape public opinion and debate around open access and library values, including intellectual freedom and human rights. We will provide practical and intellectual leadership. And the last one, work with library associations and libraries to identify key legal and funding challenges to their work and advocate for action. So how does that look like for these strategic directions and the key initiatives? Just a small example, the Ifla LUC section combines their work with the Ifla Strategy, uniting library associations. And you can see here, even Mexican libraries and Ifla Strategy on the road to empowerment. Isn't that great that you have done this? Empower the field at the national and regional levels. And you are paving the ways for libraries, not only in Mexico, but also throughout Latin America and the Caribbean, to empower, revolutionize, and innovate. Congratulations that you have this. The strategic direction number 2, inspire and enhance professional practice. What does that mean? Ifla wants to inspire the profession through future thinking and by encouraging new and promising approaches. And Ifla drives the development of libraries through standards, guidelines, and best practices. And here you can see again the key initiatives for this strategic direction. Produce, communicate, and distribute key resources and materials that inspire the profession. Deliver high-quality campaigns, information, and other communication products on a regular basis to engage and energize the libraries. Develop standards, guidelines, and other materials that foster best professional practice, and provide tools and infrastructure that support the work of the libraries. And here you can also see already in 2018, the Ifla webinar, that is an information and communication product, like the Strategic Direction 2 Key Initiative 2 says, on the Sustainable Development Goals. You see already then we started to do this and we continue to do this. So let's have a look how Ifla taking action since 2013, almost for 8 years, for the Sustainable Development Goals and connect them with the libraries or connect the libraries with the Sustainable Development Goals. Perhaps some of you remember the World Library and Information Congress in 2014 in Lyon in France, and there was proclaimed the Lyon Declaration on Access to Information and Development. And this is the groundwork for everything which Ifla later on did for the Sustainable Development Goals and the libraries to connect both of them. And you see there, in the Lyon Declaration, you see, we therefore call upon the member state of the United Nations to make an international commitment to use the post-2015 development agenda, which is the Sustainable Goals, to ensure that everyone has access to and is able to understand, use, and share the information that is necessary to promote sustainable development and democratic societies. This was already brought to public and brought to politicians of the United Nations in August 2014. And out of that came the Ifla IAP, the International Advocacy Program, because Ifla understood that you cannot only say, well, just start doing this, but that is how Ifla supported the libraries to be a part of this whole development for the SDGs. Here you can see, and I found this in Spanish, you can see that in Spanish as well. Here you can see examples for all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, how Ifla and how the libraries can support these goals. They are so different goals, but for every goal, we found the option how libraries can support the achievement of these goals. And when you go to the Ifla website, you can have a look at it. So why does Ifla take action for libraries with the Sustainable Development Goals? Of course, we always work for ensuring the access to information, safeguarding the cultural heritage, enhance general literacy, and enhance the access to information and communication technology. So one hand side is information, but also the technology is very important. So what is the reason why we think that information empowers people? Because information gives people the skills, information shows people their rights in different fields, political, economic, social, and cultural. They enable people to make decisions if you have information. And of course, when you have information, you yourself can start your development. And you can also ensure accountability and transparency having information. So the very special goal of the SDGs, where the libraries exactly comes in, is the goal 1610. Goal 16 is promote peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. And now 1610. Ensure public access to information and protect fundamental freedom in accordance with national and international agreements. And this is where the libraries comes in. So 1610, that's our goal. And Ifla also supported the formulation of indicators which show whether 1610 has been achieved already. And you see, there is this indicator for 1610, the existence and implementation of national laws or constitutional guarantees to the right to information. I mean, the right for information, that is the libraries, isn't it? And Ifla also produced, of course, a lot of brochures, the websites and everything. Just the main brochure, the fundamental brochure, I also saw, you can see it is in Spanish. It's in different languages, but it's also in Spanish, and you can find it in the Ifla repository on the new Ifla website. So this brochure shows how libraries can be included in the respective countries' plans and measures to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Let's have a look again from the Spanish brochure. The objective number 4 is to guarantee quality education. And there is already examples in this brochure from different countries how the objective number 4 is achieved or supported by the libraries in this respective country. And the objective number 5 is that there should be emancipation and there should be equality of the genders. And of course, here again, you find examples from different countries how libraries support this objective number 4. And goal number 6 and 7, that's the same. That is good water. And of course, when you know how to deal with water, how to act and how to save water, you don't know that from your heart. You have to know it from the information which you can get at the libraries. And number 7 is, of course, the access to energy and security. So here you can see examples from Honduras and from the United Kingdom, how libraries can support these goals. And of course, very important, goal number 11, that is the human cultural heritage. And examples from Mali, China, and Colombia, how the libraries are supporting this goal in these respective countries. And there is a toolkit how to act and how to bring in the libraries into the discussion when it comes to the Sustainable Development Goals. This toolkit is also on the Ifla website, and you can see it is, of course, in Spanish, and you can find it on the Ifla website. So the sustainable development is really an ongoing issue of Ifla. Every time Ifla is reporting about successes and so on. And of course, there is the action which has to be taken. And we want every library to take action and to find their ways how to support the Sustainable Development Goals. So you can also find on the Ifla website how to get involved, and find it and you will see it. You see, there is the Ifla section for libraries and the UN SDGs in Asia and the Oceania region. And I would like to have this, something like that, also for the LAC region, maybe with the lead of Mexico. But also it is still developing. Our Secretary General was just some days ago in Turkey, in Izmir, to a conference where the Sustainable Development Goals and culture, local culture, was connected and discussed. And of course, culture is so important for many of these goals. Here you can see there is a libraries map in which countries in the national strategies libraries are already mentioned. And you can see that the red spots, there is no mentioning of libraries in the countries. And you can see there is a 2 or more mentioning of libraries in your country here in Mexico. And I congratulate you for this. Something else connected with the Sustainable Development Goals, which can also show what libraries can do. Perhaps you know the Ifla Library Map of the World, which is quite new. It's only 2 or 3 years old now. And in the Library Map of the World, there are the SDG stories. You can see this here. The SDG stories, that's from countries, stories of libraries, how they present the SDGs in the national level, what libraries are doing for the SDGs. At the moment, I see that Mexico has no SDG story entered so far in the Library Map of the World, but I'm sure that your country has a lot to offer to this. And I hope that next time when I look at the Library Map of the World, there will be an SDG story from Mexico. So, of course, you know, I'm German. So I would like to show you my SDG story from my public library in Bremen. This is the entry, how the stories look like, some pictures, maybe even here you can see also a short movie, and the description how the library supports the SDGs and which SDGs. That's SDG 4, 8, 10, and 17, because we are offering refugees training opportunities to get into the German society, to find jobs, etc. So I really would like to motivate you to bring in your stories, because I'm sure you have a lot of good examples. So, dear colleagues, I hope through my presentation and my words, you are inspired, you will be engaged and enabled, and you will be connected. You are already connected quite well in the world. Connect yourself with the SDGs. And we are Ifla. Everyone who works in the library is Ifla, and I thank you very much for your attention. I wish you a great conference and many insights for your future work. Thank you and bye-bye.